Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the hangar here at the OC Fair and Event Center. This is Golden Boy Boxing on ESPN. Buenas noches, damas y caballeros, y bienvenidos a Orange County, California, the OC Fair and Event Center para boxeo con Oscar de la Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions, ESPN y ESPN Deportes. This contest is scheduled for 6 rounds in the super featherweight division, brought to you by Oscar de la Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions and presented by Tecate, the official beer of boxing, and Hennessy, never stop, never settle. The judges for this contest are Max DeLuca, Daniel Sandoval, and Fernando Villarreal. And controlling the action at the sound of the bell, the referee in charge is Raul Caiz Jr. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He weighed in at 128 1/2 pounds. His impressive professional record consists of 12 victories against 1 defeat with 1 draw, 5 wins coming by way of knockout. Wearing black and gold and representing South Central Los Angeles, ladies and gentlemen, Ivan Striker Delgado. His undefeated opponent fights out of the red corner across the ring. He weighed in at 129 1/2 pounds. As a professional, his record consists of 8 bouts, 8 victories, all 8 coming by way of knockout. Wearing black with green and white and representing Glendora, California, ladies and gentlemen, Jousce Tito Gonzalez.
Fighter chief second only, please. Fighter chief second. Mouthpiece. Mouthpiece. All right, gentlemen, you received the instructions in the dressing room. Know what I expect. A good, clean fight. Legal punches, here for you. Legal punches, here for you. Touch gloves, good luck to both of you. Thank you.
Jousce Gonzalez has been dominant in his pro career. He's got 8 knockout wins in 8 professional fights.
Mouthpiece.
7 of those coming in the first round. But tonight, he's in against an experienced fighter who was once what Jousce is, an undefeated prospect signed by Golden Boy Promotions with all the dreams and aspirations until that big loss came and changed his career. Good evening to you. I'm Bernardo Osuna, joined by boxing legend Bernard Hopkins. And B-Hop, this fight means a lot to both fighters for different reasons.
Yeah, not only because the records that they possess, but, you know, they know that this takes them to the next step to where they want to be. And both guys, they talked yesterday like they really know what's at stake.
They sure do. Delgado makes no secrets about it. He says, hey, I don't hide where I come from. I was a former gang member. I did my time. But I don't hide it because I know where I am now. He's a family man now, and he says trouble seems to want to find him, but he's trying to change his life. And nobody better than you, B-Hop, to prove that that is possible.
Absolutely. You can also, you know, feed off that, and I think that's what he, you know, he talked about yesterday. I want to see what he delivered on that promise. Right now, fighting in this distance that he's fighting is not going to really do him good. He has to get in close and sort of make it a little rough, because not only because of size difference, but it's just his style. His style must be inside early on to make something happen later.
I mean, and you talk about toughness. When you look at Jousce Gonzalez, he suffered a torn meniscus in the first round of his last fight, went 4 rounds and ended up winning that fight. Beto Duran joins us as part of this broadcast crew. What's going on, Beto?
Yeah, one thing about this is you'll hear a lot of fans here for Tito Gonzalez. He has a lot of people here, including his fans and his co-workers. He works at a Chipotle in Southern California, and they've actually shut it down. The entire store, all the employees are in attendance right now. How do they keep it open? They go and get employees from other stores to cover them, because he said everybody comes from that Chipotle to his fights.
Talk about your co-workers taking care of you. Then they allow Tito to take those days off when he needs to train, when he needs to make the trip for a fight. A very supportive crew, and they're here tonight free burritos for you, B-Hop. Just got to go down to Glendora.
Yeah, got to go down and get them. And, you know, Tito, he spoke highly about those employees because he know he needs time off to get ready, to train, to stay focused, and he's focused right now. And, you know, the first round, but I believe some punches are going to be thrown in the next round or two because of the sweat and they warm up.
Not wearing a knee brace tonight is Jousce Tito Gonzalez for his first fight back from knee surgery 6 months
10
ago.
seconds. Stop at the bell. 10 segundos.
We are bold.
I was looking for somebody who wanted to find love.
At eHarmony, we ask you questions so that we can match you for a lasting connection.
I found my person.
I really found my true love on eHarmony.
eHarmony.com, the #1 trusted dating site. Start for free today.
Golden Boy Boxing on ESPN is presented by Tecate, the official beer of boxing. It's brought to you by Hennessy. Never stop, never settle. And by the new movie Venom, starring Tom Hardy, in theaters tonight. As the sun sets on Southern California, it was very interesting to hear what was going on in each of the corners. And it was a feeling out round here in the first 3 minutes, B-Hop. But both Jousce's corner and Ivan's corner were saying, I see fear in his eyes. Go get him. I saw respect.
They both of them got too much respect because one need to, okay, the first round was a warm-up round. The second round, here we are. So one of those thoughts has to play into throwing punches. And I believe in another round or two, you'll see both guys start getting a little comfortable and realize that somebody has to be the dog. Somebody has to go ahead and try to take charge now.
Nice right hand from Delgado earlier on in round number 2. Beto Duran, what have you got?
Move side to side to side to side. They want Ivan Delgado to give Jousce different angles. They said he's standing too straight up and he's giving Jousce Gonzalez his target. They said move side to side just like you would on the road. And also, Jose Scoop Soto Caraz is in that corner. More experience to go with Yuka.
Yeah, I mean, plenty of experience there in that corner. Yuka Morales, Yujita Morales, and Jesus. So they want this guy not to take a lot of punches, and I'm talking about Ivan Delgado, the guy they call Striker from his days in the streets of South Central. It reminded me that when he was 11 years old, B-Hop, I did a story on him called Promesas del Futuro. That was like stars of the future, and here he is on TV after so many trials and tribulations in his life, trying to deliver an upset against Jousce Gonzalez.
Well, he threw the first hardest punches in his fight. And you know what? He's very, very emotional about his kids. He even tattooed on his head, I believe, inside his face. And he said he's fighting for them, Delgado. He said he's fighting to get the second chance and to give them a better life. So this is the opportunity he can move forward if he get a win here.
You know, he talked about the time lost while he was locked up in the penitentiary. He said, man, as an amateur, I beat Frankie Gomez, Hugo Centeno, Emilio Santa Cruz. I was 1-1 against Javier Molina, who eventually went to the Olympics. And when he was locked up, he would see those guys making the climb, and he believed he could beat him. Well, he's got a chance tonight as he lands a nice left hook to make that happen and get himself back on track.
I tell you,
And why he's landing that left hook, and it's right on point because he's sort of laying back, waiting. See him take that half or two back and sort of lean, which can be kind of dangerous, but Tito is not throwing those long-ranging arms to be able to make him pay. And that's why it's working for Ivan more than it's working for Tito.
No doubt Delgado's earned Gonzalez respect here early on in the first 2 rounds. This is a scheduled 6-rounder. We remind you that Tito had 7 first-round knockouts, so he's a man who said had his opponent been able to go past 4, his leg was about to give out.
Time! Jousce did not hit him. I'll be in there right away. You don't gotta hit him, all right? Seconds out.
November 24th. This is a fight you don't want to miss. The Golden Boy Boxing getting into the octagon business with these two legends fighting for the third time, and Gonzalez trying to change the strategy coming forward, but Delgado standing his ground.
Yes, he is. Both of these guys fight like they're in the octagon. I mean, they really there. And you know what? Tito is not moving back. He's not taking advantage of his height, his length. And you know what? He's getting the worst of this exchange.
Gonzalez was standing between rounds as he always does. He says, my last fight on May 23rd when he tore the meniscus, had he sat down on the stool, he says, I think my knee would have locked up. As soon as I sat down for the doctor to check me after the fight was stopped in the 4th round, he said my knee locked up. And so that's why he's done that since the amateurs. He continues to do that to this day. And it really helped him in the toughest situations. He said, I learned I have no quit in me. But Gonzalez is taking some shots to the body from Delgado.
Yeah, he's taking some shots. I mean, he's tall, and he's going to be always there to get hit with shots to the body. But he's fighting too close. He needs to use his range. And right now he's not, and that's why he's getting the worst in this exchange, as I said earlier. He needs to find a distance, but if he continues to fight like that, he's going to get hit more with shots inside.
Beto Duran is the corner of Tito Gonzalez, seeing the mistakes he's making. What are they asking him for?
Yeah, Chuy Gonzalez, his dad is the main trainer, but the loudest voice is his brother Joette. Joette, 20-0, 11 KOs, Golden Boy fighter. He's the one telling him, relax, give yourself room. Bernard, everything you're saying, his brother is telling him.
So, hey, his brother can come take your job too, B-Hop, if you're not careful.
Yeah, I know. I got to watch him, man. He sounds good. But, you know, his brother's absolutely telling him the truth, and then he's telling him the right thing. But until he realizes it might be, you know, a punch that might change his mind and say, I got to fight this way, my brother's telling me. But this is an action fight because of that. He can make it much, not easier, but he can make it much in favor if he fights that way.
And that's why you fighters have such a different perspective. You've been in the ring, and you see the speed of Delgado, the punch output from the fighter out of South Central. And that, if nothing else, the fact that he's throwing more punches, stronger punches, could really have him in the lead here through the first half of this fight. Joe's trying to close the distance, but Ivan Delgado being smart, and he's right on top of him.
Delgado, Ivan, you know what? He gets low. Look how he gets low when he sees the attack coming. He gets low to get ready to punch.
10 seconds. Stop. Box. Stop at the bell. Time.
Under these lights, everything is intense. The rocking atmosphere. The crucial road test. Anything can happen. On Saturday night.
The world is full of anchors, meant to keep you in place. But the good news is that it's also full of things that remind you not to let them. So every time you raise a Pacifico, let it be a reminder to live life anchors up.
Go, go, go! It's where a soccer mom can meet her MVP. Over 500 million connections made. Find the car you'll love. We met on Cars.com.
This is a great way to do counterpunch. Any young fighter out there watching, watch how these counterpunches inside. He's waiting, boom, boom. Those shots there are hard shots.
And you got your opponent coming right into those shots. You hear the crowd yelling, Tito, Tito here, all the Chipotle crew making their presence felt here, letting Gonzalez know that they're with him, but he really needs to change his strategy, be more offensive here, be the Tito that we're used to seeing, because really Delgado has made him fight his fight.
He did. He made him fight a small man's fight. You know, trying to crouch down to be is the same distance as Gonzalez, and that's the wrong way to fight. And he's paying a good price. I mean, this fight is still a little close to me. In some rounds, it's kind of like, you know, close. But right now, he's not in the, he's not taking charge of his weight,
watch that elbow holds. Don't do that.
size and his strength.
You know, Delgado was getting nailed there with 2 left hooks from Gonzalez, as we're going to take a look at the total punches here after the first 3 rounds of action. And the percentage is quite close. The amount landed favors Gonzalez. He's thrown more, but I think the more telling punches have been Delgado's.
It has been. There have been more punches that left an effect, not only to us, but I believe most people that's watching are going to see. And that could be the difference in this fight. If it continues to get like this, those 3-punch combinations of Gonzalez land was right on the mark.
Both guys throwing bombs as we see blood coming out of the nose of Delgado. How are the power punch numbers looking at the first half break? And we see that both have thrown just 2-punch differential, but Gonzalez has landed 9 more compared to Delgado, and he's got Delgado in the corner here, landing a nice left uppercut, and then he leaves himself open for the counter left. And here comes a right from Delgado. It's that guile, it's that experience that he said was going to be key tonight that's really helping him out.
And he mentioned it over and over, and he said, look, I'm hungry, I got the experience, I've been in big fights, tough fights, and I can win this fight, and he's fighting the way he talked.
Nice combination punching once again from Delgado in close quarters. Gonzalez not taking advantage of his height, not taking advantage of his reach, which is a 6-inch difference. But you mentioned it, B-Hop. He's fighting small, and that's a credit to Delgado making him fight his fight.
And Delgado can take more advantage of it if he let his right uppercut go at the left hook. Because look, Tito is going to be there. He's bending down after he throw a punch. He leans forward so he can't get out the way of punches. Even if he tries, he won't be able to get out of the way because he's leaning towards his left foot.
Hands are freeze.
Nice left hook from Gonzalez to close out round number 4. A close one here from Costa Mesa.
Con Golden Boy es una familia de peleadores. Cuando nosotros tenemos una meta, la cumplimos. Para ser campeón se necesita disciplina, fuerza de voluntad, sacrificios y talento. Los límites no existen en el boxeo.
Stay outside. Another Tito was upset just 17 years ago, September 29th. Tito Trinidad against the man that's sitting with me tonight, Bernard Hopkins. So in order for Jousce Tito Gonzalez to avoid an upset, B-Hop, what does he have to do in the last 2 rounds against Ivan Delgado, who's coming with everything?
Well, he has to be a little bit out of character and fight like he never fought before, based on what I see. He's fighting too close. He needs to stand at least a little bit distance away and let his hands go and make those punches meaningful. I think he needs to come out and try to get a knockdown or just overwhelming rounds in these next rounds to try to go ahead and at least leave no doubt.
You know, if you have a chance to look at the left knee of Jousce Gonzalez, you'll see 2 scars. That's from the arthroscopic surgery to fix the meniscus. He said they removed 30% of the meniscus, and they said he wouldn't fight until November. He did his best to get on the bike within a week of the surgery to speed up the recovery. We talked about the youth, B-Hop, being his greatest ally.
It was all you. I mean, good job, doctor, but it was all you to make that healing that quick.
But here he is, a month before he was supposed to fight. Maybe he wasn't ready. Maybe, you know, it was a little too ambitious in terms of taking on that timeline. But, hey, you're in the ring. You got to prove it now. So Jousce Gonzalez really looking to put a stamp on this fight in the 5th and 6th rounds because Delgado's giving him all he can handle.
And, you know, if you're talking about fights like in the future, he got to set an example. He got to show that he's a player in this division. You know, and he also mentioned why he didn't sit down because of the injury. He didn't sit down this fight either. So I'm watching, you know, not saying something wrong, but I think in his mind, he's going to always stand up. At least in this fight, he's going to stand up because he stood up when he was injured.
Yeah, he said he did that even as an amateur. That's just been his thing throughout his career. He doesn't like to sit down. He just likes to stay.
This is fight now, Ronald. When he stay in the distance, look at the jab, look at the combinations. Because right now, he's not too close where he can get countered, but just close enough where he can hit.
And now it's Delgado walking down the younger Gonzalez, who's 8-0 with 8 knockouts. And the big question with the young fighter, B-Hop, is always, what are you going to do when the guy that's standing in front of you, a grown man who's 28 years old, is taking your shots and coming back with some of his own?
Bite down and punch back. Bite down and punch back because he's coming for you. And you know what? There's nowhere to run. You have to fight. And you know, he's doing that. He's a little bit more cautious now, but I think that he has to be able to now make a statement. He said things yesterday that had me believing that he's going to make a statement. Good combination there, continue to do it. And you know, I see the talent. I think he just got to let his hands go a little bit more and be more aggressive. In a smart way.
Good round 5 for Jousce, Tito, Gonzalez here. But it's too close to call.
10 seconds,
you don't know what the judges are going to appreciate. Is it the pressure of Delgado or is it the boxing of Gonzalez?
Listen, time! Listen for the stop, okay? Last round, okay? Don't do nothing.
Jousce Gonzalez has never come out for a 6th round of his fights knowing that the fight is in the balance. That is the case tonight, at least from my perspective, against Ivan Delgado. Beto, what's going on in the corners?
Corner telling him that he needs to let his hands go. Don't do what you just did last round. He took it off. They said he didn't throw enough punches. They feel like he's losing because of that last round.
All right, that's the corner of Tito Gonzalez in the black trunks trimmed in green, taking on South Central LA's Ivan Delgado, who said, I got out of the gangs when I met my first daughter. He's now the father of 4. And he said it was hard to get out, but now I'm trying to change my life. And thanks to boxing, I have that ability. He has a chance to pull off the upset. And this is a man who, when he lost his first professional fight against Charles Huerta after a 3-year layoff, he was let go by Golden Boy Promotions. Jousce Gonzalez is now signed by Golden Boy, as is his brother Joet. Let's see what happens after this 6th round.
Stop!
Both guys are really getting rough in this fight.
If you do that again, I'm going to take a point away. I'm not even messing with you right now. You hear what I'm saying?
Both guys.
He's touch gloves.
And he's telling them, you know, cut it out.
It's your last warning.
Both guys really aggressive. They think this fight might be close.
Yeah, then the punches landed. Favor Gonzalez 88-71 after 72 after the last couple landed. But it's just that, you know, 3rd and 4th round that really favored Gonzalez by a lot.
Yeah, but Gonzalez fighting like you don't believe so. He knows the score, but he's throwing punches both sides.
Gonzalez now walking down Delgado. That's what he said he was going to try to do.
Nobody got hurt this fight. I didn't see anybody get like significantly hurt like with a good punch. There's a lot of punches thrown on a copy punch, but both
no
of
punch,
them
turn around, here we go.
really hurt.
There's 2 warnings from Raul Caiz Jr. already for Delgado. And a point deduction here would really change the whole dynamic of this fight. So we hope it doesn't come to that, because this has been a really good fight between a young warrior and a veteran who wants to really get back into the sport and prove that he can fulfill his promise as a fighter.
He finished off with a left hook to the body.
Stop! No,
late,
no. Here we go. There we go. Let him go.
Got a lot of strength.
Let go of the rope. Here we go. Box.
Final 30 seconds of this sixth and final round. The fight results still in the balance here between Tito Gonzalez and striker Delgado.
This fight depends on this round. This might be the round that really, make the clear victory of this fight.
10 seconds. Stop at the bell.
Little slip there from Ivan Delgado as Gonzalez looking to finish strong here in round number 6 and preserve his unbeaten record against Ivan Delgado. The judges have their work cut out for them here in Costa Mesa, California. This is the type of test that really brings out the best out of a young fighter, but Delgado, did he do enough to come away with the win? Or will Jousce Gonzalez continue to be unbeaten as a professional? There's concern in the eyes of the corner of the youngster from Glendora, California. But this was a war.
Both guys are fighting like this is around. They got to get combinations. Gonzalez is throwing punches, and it's close.
It will be close. We'll see what the judges have to say. The decision coming up when we come back from this short break here in Costa Mesa, California.
Con Golden Boy es una familia de peleadores. Cuando nosotros tenemos una meta, la cumplimos. Para ser campeón se necesita disciplina, fuerza de voluntad, sacrificios y talento. Los límites no existen en el boxeo.
I was looking for somebody who wanted to find love.
At eHarmony, we ask you questions so that we can match you for a lasting connection.
I found my person.
I really found my true love on eHarmony.
eHarmony.com, the #1 trusted dating site. Start for free today.
In life, you either feed on Jack Link's jerky, a protein snack made with 100% beef, and you run with Sasquatch, or you run from Sasquatch.
My name is Jeff Sheldon, and I'm the founder of Ugmonk. Before ShipStation, it was crazy. It's great when you see, 100 orders come in, but then you realize I got 100 orders that I actually have to ship out. ShipStation streamlined that whole process. The order data, the weights of the items, everything is seamlessly put into ShipStation. So when we print the shipping label, everything's pretty much done. It's so much easier. So now we're ready, bring on the orders.
ShipStation, the #1 choice of online sellers. Go to shipstation.com/TV and get 2 months free.
As a pro athlete, the Sleep Number 360 Smart Bed is my competitive edge. It senses our movements and automatically adjusts to keep us both effortlessly comfortable. So I'm at my best for this team and the home team. Sleep Number, proven quality sleep from $8.99.
The NBA on ESPN is back October 17th, presented by State Farm.
Saturday, October 13th, from Omaha, Nebraska, where Terrence Crawford will make the first defense of the title he wrestled from Jeff Horn against Jose Benavides, who is unbeaten out of Phoenix, Arizona. You can stream the undercards and main event live on the ESPN app starting at 7:30 Eastern. So start your free trial of ESPN Plus today. Our next Golden Boy on ESPN Night of Boxing is Thursday, October 18th, with up-and-comer Jason Quigley taking on battle-tested former title contender Freddy Riel Hernandez in a middleweight main event. We will bring it to you live at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific on ESPN2 from Fantasy Springs. That'll be ESPN2, Golden Boy Boxing on ESPN. All right, let's take a look at the final punch stats of this very competitive fight between Jousce Gonzalez and Ivan Delgado. And you'll notice that the total punch percentage landed was pretty close in terms of the jabs. It was a lot more evident that that was part of Gonzalez's game plan. But the power punches, that's where they were very even. But Gonzalez had the better numbers. But the only numbers that matter are those that the judges bring forth. Mark Fratto has the official decision tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, here in Costa Mesa, California, let's get a big round of applause for these two warriors, having gone all 6 in the center of the ring. We now go to the judges' scorecards for the decision. Judge at ringside, Fernando Villarreal, saw this one 58-56 for Ivan Delgado. Judges Max DeLuca and Daniel Sandoval scored it 57-57. This one results in a majority draw.
All right, we said it was a close fight, and what would the judges like? Well, Fernando Villarreal liked the aggressiveness and counter-punching of Ivan Delgado, but Max DeLuca and Daniel Sandoval saw a draw.
Yeah, it was some close rounds. I might have had a slight edge, maybe split decision, but I'm not mad.
All right, Beto Duran is in the center of the ring with the fighters. All right, Beto, what's the feeling with the man who remains his undefeated record, Jousce Gonzalez?
Jousce Gonzalez, you came in undefeated. You expected to put on a show. Delgado came in really tough. You heard a draw. What do you think?
I thought I won the fight. I thought I landed more shots. I was controlling the fight at my distance. You know, you got to respect the judges' scorecards. They're the ones, you know, specialize in judging the fight, so you got to respect the decision.
Ivan, last time we saw you here on TV, you were stopped. You went to Tijuana, had a fight. You come back in here. You even said it was tough for you to get back into the ring. The conditioning, a fight to a draw against this undefeated fighter. How do you feel?
Well, I respect the decision of the judges. It's been about 60 months I haven't been in the ring. I fought in Tijuana, but it's not the same fighting over in California. He's a tough fighter, and honestly, I felt like I won the fight. I felt like.
Why do you feel like you won?
I felt that he missed a lot of shots. He did land some shots, but nothing major. And I feel that when I landed, I did hit him. You know, I heard him. I believe I heard him in the second round with a hook. And even aside from that, I feel like the punches that I landed, they were accurate.
A lot of people wouldn't take a fight in their 9th one against a fighter with the experience of Ivan Delgado. Why did you?
You know, I'm a fighter. I'll fight anybody, anytime, anywhere. You can't be scared in this game. We're not here to look cute. We're here to fight. You know, anybody, you're a fighter. That's what you get paid for.
You feel like you did any regrets in this fight that you feel like you should have done different?
No, it's a learning experience. I felt like I said, like I won the fight. But everything's a learning experience. You learn.
A good fight for the fans. A lot of respect between the two. Back to you, Bernie.
All right, thank you very much, Beto. So